5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. McCarthy, I'm assuming that you either saw or you were briefed on the hearing that was held by this committee this past Tuesday. Is that correct?
I was briefed on it, yes, sir.
Okay. Then I'm sure you are aware that Susan Hedman, of course, former head of Region 5, testified under oath that she acted immediately upon the findings regarding the present high level of lead in the water. However, in the same hearing, Dr. Edwards, whom you just referred to moments ago as both an expert and a hero in this whole matter, he repeatedly, time and again, refuted her testimony and thereby, obviously, the entire region's actions to this thing. And so let me start right here. Do you believe that Susan Hedman provided this committee with false testimony on Tuesday?
To the best of my knowledge, no, she did not.
Okay. Governor, let me ask you the same question. How do you feel about the testimony from Ms. Hedman in regard to the EPA acting immediately upon getting information?
Yeah, Congressman, I appreciate. Oh, I'm sorry. Congressman, I appreciate your question. That's why I hope I had that moment where I cited 3 emails in particular that were EPA emails to the DEQ, and it was talking about their partnership to work these issues, and no flag was going up. And I heard this, I'm sorry for a moment, I heard this entire discussion about the law and this issue about saying you couldn't do things or couldn't do this or that because of the law. I have a really simple question. Why didn't Susan Hedman just call Dan Wyatt? Why didn't Administrator McCarthy just get on the phone and call me? This is not a technical compliance again. This is that culture that got us in this mess to start with. Where is common sense?
All right, let me continue on. Thank you for your answer. Ms. McCarthy, so is it your testimony then today under oath that you believe that Susan Hedman and Region 5 did act immediately and do everything they could upon hearing information?
They did, and they sought additional information. They did reach out. They consistently, from April on, when they found out there was no corrosion control.
All right, we have conflicting info on that, but that is your testimony under oath.
Mr.
Let me ask you this.
I'd just like everybody to look at the entire email record, not just
We are.
a few.
Speaking of emails, in September of last year, you were praising Susan Hedman and other EPA officials for their work on the Flint water crisis. Do you believe that that praise of Ms. Hedman was warranted?
I do.
Okay. I have here 2 letters, one written from, in fact, Mr. Kildee, written to you in September, and it was asking you, begging you, please get involved in this situation. Are you familiar with that letter?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You did not respond to that letter. Susan Hedman responded, I'm assuming in your behalf. Did you authorize her to do so?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Her response basically just fluffed off the entire thing. By the way, Mr. Chairman, I would like both of these letters to be submitted for the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
And all of this is taking place in September at a time when you were praising. Did you at the same time praise Del Toro?
I actually did not know Miguel Del Toro at that point in time.
So you were not aware of the report or any in September?
I was aware of the report. I did not know him in particular.
Okay, but you were aware of what he had brought forth, and you've referred to him as a hero, but you were not praising him, but you were praising Susan Hedman at the time.
If you read it, it's to her and her team, and he was a vital member of that team.
So are you aware of any retaliation against Del Toro?
No, I'm not, sir.
And yet we have testimony, or we have records that would reflect that he certainly was retaliated against and was fearful of greater retaliation, but you're saying you have no knowledge of that whatsoever?
I do not believe that he was retaliated against. I have no information that indicates that he was.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I see with further questions, my time has expired, but thank you, and I'll submit these.
I think the